Everyone, number 86 on my 100 greatest songs of all time is "A Change Is Gonna Come" by Sam Cooke. This is what, like, moments in music that give you chills. Is for me is like this piece. So if I can remember it. And it goes down in a descending pattern until it kicks into to the music, and it's just it's strings obviously that are doing it. And the first time you hear this song it blows your mind. Obviously, its meaning and the weight of it. I don't know when the first time, and I know I talk about this is like when I'm talking about these songs. It's like I tend to remember the first time I heard it, or like the album was on, or whatever it is, like. And when I listened to it for the first time, I didn't quite know what it was about. It was kind of beyond my tiny brain, of what it could be about, what it was inspired by. And then I was kind of read more about it, and I was able to kind of piece together what it was about, and maybe not relate to it, but try and understand where Sam Cooke was coming from. I remember it was used on Obama's when he was elected as president, and the idea of something being a long time coming, and that what this was. I'm just trying to find like exactly on I should have done this, I know, beforehand, but the details behind the song in the sense of like who wrote the song or whatever like that. I'm pretty sure it was Sam Cooke. Yeah, so it was written by Sam Cooke, and it appeared in 1964. And it was a B-side to a Sam Cooke song called "Shake." How often is that the case, actually, when there's like the better song is put in the B-side, and then people realize that's the B-side, what's going on there? So this was a B-side. And I remember Rolling Stones did like a 100 greatest song, 500 greatest songs or something of all time, and this was number 3 on the list back in the early 2020s, maybe it was 2020. And I want to talk about that again. And I said I wouldn't do this. I said I wouldn't do this in the last video, that I wouldn't just go through lyrics. But if you think I'm going to try and sing like Sam Cooke in front of you, you've lost your mind, basically. I won't be doing that because I'm not a fool. But Sam Cooke is an outrageously good singer. A lot of people cover this song, and some to better results than others. But the opening of the song, right, is, "I was born by the river in a little tent. Oh, and just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change is gonna come. Oh yes, it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die, because I don't know what's up there beyond the sky." And then the chorus again. "I go to the movie and I go downtown, and somebody keeps telling me don't hang around. It's been a long time coming. And then I go to my brother and I say, 'Brother, help me please.' But he winds up knocking me back down on my knees. Oh, there's been times that I thought I couldn't last for long, but now I think I'm able to carry on." Written around the race riots, the riots of in Birmingham, Alabama, and in the 63. And he had been inspired by Bob Dylan's "Blowing in the Wind" and wanted to write a message song, a political song. And in the incident that, like, Sam Cooke had been involved in some of these kind of things where he was cornered, and he was, racially profiled and abused for his race. And I suppose he saw himself as this person who could get the message out there, and he clearly was. But he was. I remember that story of it was turned into a film, One Night in Miami, when they're in the motel room, and Sam Cooke is one of the people in there. Muhammad Ali's in there. Two other people were there. I can't remember who they were. That's terrible. But it's really interesting because they're talking about the state of the nation, and I don't know how much of it is conflated for the film and how much is actually happening, but it gives you a sense of what, at least in that, the ideals of Sam Cooke. Now, Sam Cooke, I love Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke's "Cupid" would be the song I pick for Valentine's Day every year, and he is such a beautiful singer, obviously brilliant songwriter. it's not that he's underrated, because he's not, because the people who know him rate him, but not enough people know him, I don't think. That's silly to say. I should say people of my generation or younger don't know him. But I've always thought that this song really hits hard. There's a lot of how it's delivered, obviously, because if a song isn't delivered well, it doesn't bring across the message that it wants to bring across. And I think, when I, the idea of someone writing about what was going on in the nation whilst in danger in that nation, and especially when he was surrounding himself with the idea of, like, he's putting himself out there basically, and he was seeing people die, and I'm just actually seeing here this one. Him and his entourage were turned away from a whites only motel in Louisiana, and that was one of the reasons he wanted to write the song. And look, I'd say you could pick many reasons or many moments of his life that made him feel like I should write this. And obviously for someone like Sam Cooke to hear Blowing in the Wind at the time was like this huge anthem, and Bob Dylan was seen as this kind of prophet, and rightly or wrongly, whatever side of the fence you're on there. And Cooke was also influenced by the people at the time who were speaking out, like Martin Luther King being the obvious pick, and his I Have a Dream speech, and all of this was coming from a man who grew up like a lot of black people in America, very poor at the time, and had to fight and just constantly fought their whole lives for this, equality, which probably still hasn't come for some people. And so this is just one of those songs that I can't express what this all means, because I haven't lived that life, but I know as a song and as a message, it's a beautiful thing. And there's lovely horn section on the song, there's a string section on the song. Sam Cooke's voice, like I said, it's the best thing about the song in general. I feel the way he delivers it. So it's an amazing tune. If you don't know it, you probably will know it if you hear it. But if you don't know it, I'm not going to play any of it. I'm leaving that to the maestro himself. But yeah, if you haven't heard it, go listen to it. It's an absolute masterpiece. I'm going to say that about a lot of these songs. Yeah, thanks very much for watching. See you later.